want to go into litigation in the end, and so I thought some sort of experience for the summer where I'd have direct interactions with clients, and if I was lucky, hopefully some courtroom exposure.
I wanted something that incorporated my background, which is dealing with people and dealing with people often in difficult situations. And I wanted a volunteer organization that was more than licking envelopes.
I didn't want to have a boring summer, and there's nothing boring about the VLP. Every case is different.
I happened to see on television a friend of mine making a public service announcement for Volunteer Lawyers Project, and it appealed to me, and I said, this is a different road to travel.
So I started off doing intake work, and just as I saw the need in the community, wanted to continue on. So I've continued on as a helpline volunteer.
It sounded like something I would be very interested in. So I've been here ever since. That was 14 years ago.
VLP volunteers include community members, law students, and undergraduates who give low-income individuals the tools and knowledge to be equal participants in the complex legal system.
You talk to people, and these people really want to talk to you, and they really want to hear what you have to say, and they are so appreciative and so thankful.
Or even help them in the slightest way, giving them, a packet of information from the client ed and having that, be the difference between whether or not they get their child or whether or not they get Social Security benefits. It's a huge thing.
Over 15% of Maine's citizens live in poverty, and about 70,000 low-income households in Maine experience a significant legal problem every year.
The most rewarding part is really finding people who absolutely need our help and have felt like there are no other options, that there is no other place in the legal system that they've gone, that they can go or they haven't been shut out of already.
Certainly, by being exposed to people with very, very low income and being able to help people who really need help.
At the end of the day, I know that the people I've been helping are people who don't have a lot, and the little help I give is something I feel is at least like a bright light in the middle of a possibly very dark day.
If I have a caller who's just so thankful to have had someone who's willing to listen to them, and actually that listening as a valuable person empowers them.
It's so important that when we have the resources and we've been educated, that we help other people in the community, because the more people know, the better it's going to be for them.
It's also very helpful as a law student. They give you a pack and teach you how to basically handle the different steps in a family law case, which is something that you don't necessarily get in the classrooms.
And the experience that you get from Helpline is fantastic. I do a lot of family work now, and most of my base information I learned from Helpline.
VLP receives approximately 10,000 phone calls a year from all over the state.
It's funny, as soon as you hang up the phone's ringing again, and there's no, I can't even tell you how many people probably need help out there.
This organization needs as many people as it can who are trained and willing to be volunteers, because the need in the state is tremendous. It is beyond the word great.
The more volunteers we have, the more people we can help, and the more people that we help, I think the more stable the community will be.
If you're in law school or you're getting a legal education or exposed to the legal system at all, seeing how a volunteer or just like how you can volunteer and participate in this process and really add something to it it's really rewarding, really awesome experience.
Working in the Volunteer Lawyers Project, everybody lets you know how important you are to the system, and I think that combined with just the great personalities and people I interacted with really just made it worthwhile.